Before Elijah has this extraordinary public ministry that he's so famous for, calling down fire from heaven, praying until the clouds fill the sky, all that becomes so evident on Mount Carmel. There is some secret training and preparation, as is so often the case for us. And we were looking at last time I was with you how God spoke to him and said, now go hide yourself. And he did so well. The very thing that may have been the opposite to what he was hoping for or expecting, he was immediately obedient. And God promised him, the ravens will feed you there and you'll have the water to drink from the brook. So although it wasn't maybe a setting that he was anticipating, he was there. And he was there where God promised the ravens would be. It's great to be obedient and be where God said to be, because that's where the provision is. The temptation is to make your own choices, and you miss God's wonderful provision. The next step in the journey is this. It says, there came a day when the brook dried up. And it's interesting, on that very day, God spoke to him and said, now go to the next place. And what I find fascinating, and what we're going to ponder this morning is, hey, the day before the brook actually died up, don't you think it probably looked like, hey, there's nothing left here. I'm running out. There's no provision. You know, it's very possible to be led initially, to be responsive to God, and then for fear to creep in. And you think, oh, God doesn't know, God doesn't understand, God doesn't seem to care. I better take things into my own hand. Now, Elijah did so very well. It was the very day that the brook dried up that God told him the next step. Like God was perfectly in control. Beloved, are you getting scared? You think, what am I going to do? It looks so bad. But God's well able at the moment that you need him to step in. Don't rush ahead of God. Don't forget that he's your Father. He cares for you. It's appropriate for children to trust their father. And sometimes your faith is tested. Sometimes through delay, testing comes. And you get scared. And you take things into your own hands. I've met a number of pastors who have moved from one church to another because, well, nothing's happening here and I don't like it. And they ask their superintendent, can I move please? And it's kind of said publicly, oh, God has led us. But really, no, they just got scared. They just ran out of steam. And they took things into their own hands. And they kind of lose that sense of peace and joy of knowing you're where God told you to be. I always feel this, that when God's told you to be somewhere, you stay there until God shows you the next step. Then it's God's responsibility and you're in God's hands. Let me encourage you to wait for him. Be of good courage. Maybe it's in your marriage. Maybe it's in your job. Maybe it's with your finance. Hey, wait for God. Don't rush into action that you'll later regret and lose God's peace and joy. Take care. God be with you.